Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore Mode. Tonight we are heading to the Circuit de Catalunya in Barcelona for the Spanish Grand Prix. And as the title suggests, wet weather worries for tonight's race, because it is going to be a wet one. At least part of it is, maybe more. We're not entirely sure, because we don't get that weather information until the day of the race itself. But there you can see the forecast. We have medium rain forecast for the race, which means we can expect a decent period of wet weather. Or we can expect some very aggressively fluctuating weather. Either way, it's not necessarily going to be the greatest thing for us, because, as we alluded to last night, our drivers' adaptability ratings are abysmal. 67 for Donna, 61 for Embry. As soon as we hit those changing conditions, they are going to struggle. Once things smooth out again and the water level, whatever it is, settles down, we should be okay. But in those interim moments, those changeable conditions, that's where we're going to struggle, and we are going to bleed race time like no one's business. So yeah, I'm a little worried, a little concerned. We have the potential to really step forward with this car, but these conditions are not going to help us at all. I'm a little concerned. Let's advance time towards the day. We are lacking some parts, unfortunately, as well. Just breaking everything at the moment, and we haven't got the time for this Grand Prix to make anything that we need to go back onto the car. So we have got an offset of loadouts for this one. There you can see we've had to roll Donna back keep Donna on the Mark II chassis, because we don't have a Mark III for her, and we don't have a Mark III at all anymore, thanks to Embry destroying one. So they've now both destroyed one of our brand new chassis. So we've had to roll Embry back to the Mark I chassis. But they do still have the Mark II front wing with a couple of spares. We've got Mark II rear wings with a couple of spares. Mark III side pods with a spare, but we're making another one because both of them are getting to the point where their side pods are going to get a little fragile. And the underfloor, again, we have one spare on the Mark II, but both of them are getting to the point where their underfloors are a little fragile. So we've got another one of those in production. And we've still on the Mark I suspensions, and now we don't have any spare suspensions at all. We've got one in production, and then when that finishes, the Mark II suspension will come out of the design phase, and we can then throw that into the manufacturing phase. But yeah, it's a real potential issue for us. If we suffer chassis damage, then at least we do have some spare Mark Is that we can roll Donna back to. If we suffer any suspension damage, that's emergency manufacturing. We have absolutely no way of avoiding that. So fingers crossed that our suspensions will make it through unscathed. At least there'll be a 2-week break between the Spanish Grand Prix and the Montreal Grand Prix. So there is a little bit of respite there to at least get one suspension made, and maybe, if we're lucky, get one of the new suspensions, the Mark II, made in time for Canada as well. We'll have to see how that goes. We are still a day away. We have some more research to do, and we have some scouting to do as well. We've got a couple of scouts available, I think. No, we allocated out the scouts, didn't we? We've got 4 of those allocated. So let's get that new research project up and running. Do I maybe go with a new design project? maybe get another rear wing going. Let's have a look. How long do we get more hours? A month. Okay. Let's continue to push the drag reduction. And you can see we've reached the point now where without hours, we are just going to not make any real progress on our wing. So even stripping it all the way down to the minimum durability, we're losing time or losing performance everywhere. So yeah, we're not going to be doing another rear wing probably for the rest of the season by that rate. What about the underfloor? Can we still find performance with our underfloor? Let's have a look. If we push up drag again, it's looking like the answer is going to be no. Even if we strip that down, we're still going to be losing performance with the underfloor. So we're now at the point, it would seem, with the performance that we have, you can see the drag reduction at over 90%, airflow at over 90%. We're at that stage now where we're not going to get much, if anything, in the way of gains unless we start really using hours, which is a bit of a shame. The chassis, we can still get gains on the chassis. So let's get another chassis underway. That was pretty poor. I don't have a Mark III chassis to compare against, unfortunately. So again, maybe we can't get the gains. Let's just go with another research project. We'll wait till we've got the Mark III chassis so we've got a direct comparison against our most up-to-date part rather than the previous spec. Then we'll know if we're wasting money or not. And let's go with a rear wing project. Get one of those underway. So just going to bump the drag reduction a little bit more. Airflow sensitivity is going to take a bit of a knock, so we want to bump that a bit more as well. So we're going to lose around about 8.1% on our airflow sensitivity at the end of the season. Because we're at 80.9, we're going to lose 10% of that. So we want to try and actually minimize how much we're going to lose there. So we'll do that instead. We're going to go with 4 engineers. And that is it for now. All right. Advancing time once again. How you doing, Victor? How you doing, Dino? Good to see you guys tonight. Let's take a look at our car for tonight's Grand Prix. Still got performance in speed, DRS, low and medium speed, and dirty air. We have dipped touch in the high speed, but that might be again because we've had to roll the chassis back. There is going to be a difference between the two cars. Let's see. Embry's car there, down just 0.02 kilometers. The acceleration down a touch. Is going to lose a little bit more though in the downforce stakes, as you can see, and the car has gained an extra 5 kilos of weight by going back to a Mark I chassis. A little unfortunate there. Still not a bad car, but obviously Donna's car is going to be the quicker of the two tonight. Let's set some targets. So, qualifying position. Quali will be in the dry. I am feeling relatively confident about getting us both into Q3. We are going to do some slipstreaming tonight for that. We'll try and get the fastest lap in the race, but depending on when the dry periods are, if there are any, that might be unachievable. I'm going to be very cautious on tonight's finish position because of the wet weather and the fact that, as I say, in those changing conditions, we stand to lose 1, 2, 3 seconds a lap to the front runners just because of our ridiculously low adaptability rating. So 2 in the top 14. We'll just play it safe. The incentive is 2 in the top 15 for 2 races. Hopefully we can do that. Of course, that does involve both cars finishing, which has been a bit of an issue for us. And yeah, can we get both cars in the top 12? We should be able to. Let's head to Barcelona.
Thank you for joining us for the Spanish Grand Prix here in Barcelona. The circuit de Barcelona Catalunya is familiar to every driver, with F1 and Junior Series often racing and testing here. It's a proving ground for aerodynamics, so many new car parts are brought to Barcelona to see how they can handle the track. Barcelona is a tricky circuit to balance. The technical corners demand high downforce, but that means adding stress to tyres and potentially limiting race strategies if teams go too far.
Red Bull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the constructors' table right now. But that could still change with so many rounds left ahead of us.
So, let's get back to the racing.
All right, we are going to put Anne in the car tonight. We'll put her in for Embry. There we go. We'll go with hard tyres for Donna, but soft for Anne. Not sure what we're going to need on the downforce stakes, but I am going to bump that up to a 14, I think. And we'll go with a 6, a 14, and we'll leave everything else as is. Let's see. With Donna, we'll go to a 14.5. We'll go to a 7.5 and leave everything else as is. We'll go 18 laps of fuel just to make sure we can get that feedback in. And let's swap out the parts. So, old engine, old ERS, and got to keep that gearbox because we killed the other one. As for Anne, another older engine, keep faith with that ERS and go to that gearbox. And 18 laps. Settings are changed. And we're ready to send them out.
Radio check, please.
The radio is good. You can hear me, yeah?
Ooh, excuse me. So, before tonight's stream, I did sit down and watch the new Unlocked live stream from Frontier, which turned out to be something of a complete nothing burger when it came to a full step-by-step introduction to creating a team. That was nothing new that we hadn't already seen on YouTube in more detail. But straight after that, they did do a Q&A with the developers about the changes in things like the AI. And that was definitely much more useful. There is like a 12-minute video, I think, on YouTube of that conversation. I say conversation, it was questions on screen and then answers on camera. Definitely recommend, watching that if you haven't seen that. It will give you a bit more insight into some of the changes to make to the AI and a little bit more information, but not a lot, on how random failures are going to work or mechanical failures are going to work. still need more information about that. It's a little light on the detail, but it's better than we've had. And I do think it is going to force people to be a little bit more circumspect about putting in practice parts like this, like we're doing now, because the more worn the part, the much bigger chance there is of it failing and then just dying off. So I'm not sure if people will, if the swapping out parts of practice parts will be viable across a full season going forward. I'm kind of curious about that. They are going to be covering sponsors in more detail on another live stream at some point in the future, probably the next one. But yeah, we're still lacking a bit of detail, but I mean, there's still 2 months to go until launch, so I can understand they're not wanting to drop everything out there in great detail just yet. I'm probably sure things are still going to be subject to tweaks as well. I did notice the footage that they showed said development build, things may change, but I did notice that the Mercedes engine is the least powerful engine still, and of course that is clearly not the in Formula One. The Renault engine is comfortably the least powerful engine in reality, but that hasn't seemed to be reflected in this game, and I do hope that they adjust that a little bit in going forward. Right, let's get some feedback in.
What was the
Right,
balance,
we've got
please?
a good. Let's have a look. 54%. I would say that's okay, not good, but let's get Donna heading back to the garage. We've got time for Anne to give us feedback before she hits the pits. Or is she going to go straight past the exit and immediately give us the feedback like she normally does? Not yet. Okay. So let's get started on the changes for Donna.
I need some feedback.
So we got the rear wing angle in the good window there. The roll bar needs to change quite dramatically. I'm going to go all the way to a 9.1 and I'm going to bump that up to an 8. And then we don't really need to make that much of a change elsewhere by the look of it. Pull that in a little bit more. Try that. Get that right to the edge if we can. There we go. And then we can eliminate the left side or fine tune it on the braking stability there. And has now given us the feedback. And it's not good. It's 39%, so a lot needs to change on that one. Rear wing's looking good, front wing is looking terrible. Let's bump that all the way up Might even go further than that. We'll see what happens. Again, might go with a 9-1 roll bar. Push that all the way up to there. And let's go with that. So Donna's back on track. And there goes Anne. The second classic livery has been revealed, and it is based on the 1989 McLaren. It's white and blue instead of white and red, but it has that same Marlboro style blocking of the colour. So that's our second car, and it's making me wonder, what are the 3 remaining ones going to be? Because there are going to be 3 more. So let me know what you think the remaining 3 liveries could be or should be. I think, personally, we're going to see the the late 80s/90s Williams, the Camel Williams. I think we'll see something like that. I think we might see something like the Vodafone McLaren, maybe, or the West McLaren. Either of those could be a nice one. I wonder if we'll see the John Player Special Lotus. I mean, all of those would be, excellent choices. There are others out there as well. We could have a Benetton. Either the late 80s Benettons or the mid 90s Mild 7 Benettons.
Quick feedback.
We're not going to see a classic Ferrari, I don't think, because Ferraris pretty much have looked the same for all eternity. We've gone to an 87, so might have gone backwards slightly on that one, I'm not sure.
How's the balance? How's balance?
And 80% for Anne, that's a good step forward. Evening, Anthony, how are you? Okay, so the braking stability is close. Front wing is close as well. But instead of moving the front wing, I'm going to be moving this here to try and find that value. So that the rear wing is not affected. Let's go with that. See what that does. You watched the trailer. Is that the trailer that dropped a couple of weeks ago? Yeah, it does look very impressive. It's quite a long trailer, actually. What, 3 minutes long? But it does break down a lot of the changes. Okay, roll bar needs to be a 3.7 or 7.3, sorry. Everything else looking reasonably good. Push that. Oh, I can't push that way. That's too much. What is it? Yeah, that's just off. I can't. There's no real room to move that way. So let's pull that back to there and drop that back to a 0.95. Put put it right on the line and see if we can eliminate that. There goes Donna. Hopefully we've got enough life left in the tyres for Anne to do her stint.
How are the tyres?
Yellow flag, someone had a little whoopsie. You're going to create you're going to create McLaren 2. You're going to be Ron Dennis angrily getting back on the grid after being ousted from McLaren. Oh, wow, those tyres are almost completely dead. Yeah, we better hang on in.
Okay, we take the flag.
You can feel a challenge coming on where we start with the lowest, but it's like you've seen my content before. Yeah, I'll be starting with absolutely everything at the lowest possible setting. All right, got a penalty for Maloney, and we've got a penalty for Embry as well. Car parts are okay there. Car parts are okay there. Okay, that's going to have to be an 8-2. Let's try that. What we at? 27%. So we're going to want to run a bit longer. Let's run for 30 laps. Embry needs to run for the whole session, but she can afford to box halfway through. Let's put 20 laps of fuel in. Actually, no, let's box her. Let's put in 40 laps in case we get it right. And let's see. That's got to be a 6-4. Wow, we're really dialing that back. Okay, so I'm going to have to bump the front wing so I can pull this back. Yeah, let's try that.
that's a green light.
What do you think the remaining custom liveries for the pre-order on the deluxe edition are going to be, Anthony? We've had the '89 McLaren, we've had the 2014 Lotus or Lotus Renault. I think we're going to get the 91/92 Williams, and then I'm not sure, but I think other contenders could be the 98, 99 Mercedes, McLaren. Sorry, the West Mercedes McLaren, and the Vodafone Mercedes. They are definite contenders. We might see the 7-Up Jordan.
How's the balance?
Let's have a look at our feedback. 97 and 96. Okay, that's much better. Little tweaks needed. We'll let Donna run. We'll call Embry in about 5 minutes. Make some tweaks. We could see 2004 Ferrari. I doubt it. I mean, Ferrari's a Ferrari. They've only really swapped white and black, and that's about it. It's still essentially just a big block of red. So unlikely, I think we'll see a classic Ferrari, unless we go really, really classic Ferrari. Yeah, I think we're looking at cars with very distinct liveries. We might maybe see a Toyota livery, possibly. I think what other liveries that we could see. I don't think they're going to go too far back past the late 80s. I think the McLaren might be the earliest one we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I'd say there is the possibility of a John Player Special Lotus, which would be really nice. But I would imagine it would also be quite easy to recreate without really trying too hard. There is the possibility maybe of the Camel Lotus from the early 90s. I can imagine if one of the classic liveries is the MasterCard Lola, which ran one Grand Prix and then folded immediately. Maybe BAR with their Lucky Stripe livery. Maybe the Martini Williams from the 2000s. That was quite nice. Oh, we are so close. We are so close. Go with that. trying to think if there have been any really distinctive liveries in the last 20 years that I'm forgetting. Maybe a BMW livery, possibly. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything too distinctive from the last 20 years. No, that's that. I mean, the Golf livery is a special one-off and tied around a very specific sponsor. Well, I suppose you could argue that all liveries are tied around sponsors, but I don't think we'll see a Golf livery. The MTV Simtech. Maybe, but I mean, it's not really a livery that everyone is going to really remember that much. Like I said, I'm trying to think of any very striking fan favourite liveries. Because I think they're the ones that are going to be a bit more likely to be in there. The ones that everyone can immediately recognise. Even if the colour is slightly off, they'll recognise the livery. Like the 14 Endstone is the black, gold and red Lotus Renault that we had. The Woking 89 is clearly Senna's MP4 from 1989. It's going to be something memorable, I think, something that sticks in people's minds, which is why I think we're going to see the 91, 92 Camel Camel Williams, the Camel Cannon. You know, the one that the FW14 14B. Because it's such an iconic livery that everybody recognises the second they see it. Which is why I think we might see the Vodafone McLaren. Because again, it's a livery that you instantly recognise. Same with the West McLaren of Hakkinen and Coulthard, although that would end up being 3 McLarens if they go with both of those. Oh, we're just off. Let's go with an 8.5. Correct that back. The Rothmans Williams is another contender, but out of the 2 Williams, I would much rather see the early 90s rather than the mid 90s to mid to late 90s. Certainly do not want to see the Winfield Williams, which was awful. It was hideous. I think Schumacher's 7-up, not 7-up, sorry, Schumacher's 7-up Jordan is definitely a contender. I think the 94-95 Schumacher Benetton is definitely something that we might see, the mild 7. Maybe the 2005-2006 Renault from Fernando.
How's the balance? How's the balance?
Perfect. Those changes we made to Embry were spot on. So she can keep running. And then we can run her for the entirety of FP3 to get her track knowledge up.
How are the tyres?
What are we missing? Because I'm sure we're missing
That
a
is the
livery.
checkered flag.
I can't think what it would be. There's got to be another obvious one out there that we're just completely overlooking. All right, medium tyres. No, we're going to go soft tyres. The old black and green Minardi. Maybe. I mean, you could, if we're going to go back, to, some of the old teams. I mean, you could look at maybe the Tyrrell or Brabham. I think if they are going to go classic, really classic, I think it's going to be a black and gold Lotus myself, or maybe just, the green and gold Lotus. But you could argue that they might, instead of going for Lotus, they might go for the Lotus colour scheme on the Caterham instead. Who knows? All right, Donna is only at 62% track acclimatisation. That is not good. So she's going to have to run for a good 35 laps, I would imagine. Might be a bit of a stretch on those tyres. And Embry, she's actually got a higher track knowledge. Wow. Did not expect that. She's on the hards. I'm actually going to up that to 38 laps. And let's see if those changes that we made to Donna's car are the right ones. The Gold Leaf Lotus. Which one was the Gold Leaf Lotus? Evening, Mr. Water. There we go. So Donna has a 100% car now as well. Excellent stuff. Oh, which is a 75% track knowledge. What was I looking at then? I must have been looking at the wrong stat. sure what I was looking at. Maybe I was looking at her driver confidence. I don't know. So she's got way more fuel on board than she needs, but that doesn't matter. We can call her in early when she's done. The red and white from the 60s. I don't think I've seen colour pictures of that one. Those tyres have worn out quicker than I was expecting. Oh wow, look at the track temperature, 42 degrees. Yeah, no wonder. Even on this low setting, they've taken a bit of a pounding. She's almost done though. Yeah, personally, I don't think they'll go back that far. Simply because the shape of the cars is so different back then. You know, they don't translate over very well. Which is why I'm thinking it's going to be sort of late 80s onwards. There we go, practice is done. We've got our drivers as prepped as we can for this weekend. Hopefully we can qualify well. Rain's going to be a disaster for us, I think. I hope I'm wrong in that. I hope the rain is stable, doesn't fluctuate, and it's a comfortable level for our drivers, but I think we're going to get fluctuating weather, and I think it's going to absolutely cripple us. You'd laugh if it's a Senna tribute livery for Monaco. I doubt it. I mean, that was, a very special one-off. We're looking at, established liveries, I think. Besides, they've already got Senna's '89 McLaren as the second one.
Welcome to qualifying. Let's find out if all that practice will pay off for the drivers.
Qualifying consists of 3 periods, with the slowest drivers eliminated after each one. With the pressure mounting, who can secure a strong starting position for the race?
Charles Leclerc has been a talking point for many of late. Karun, how do you think he's doing so far?
We saw them set an impressive lap time in practice, so it's a great start as they move into qualifying. But as we all know, a good performance in practice doesn't guarantee success over the rest of the weekend.
Let the competition commence.
Okay, so we need to put the good stuff back in the car. We'll stick with that gearbox. That will be good enough. And we'll stick with that ERS. That's good enough. Going to go 2 laps and try and do the old switcheroo on the cooldown. Let's send them out. Right, so we are going to give Russell a bit of a tow. But he was always going to be getting through anyway, so that doesn't really matter too much. He was likely going to be quicker than us as well.
We stick to the plan.
Actually, he's maybe not close enough. Might not get that tow. Yeah, I think we've got a big enough gap. Not having any sprint success there, Anthony. That's a shame. Let's see what Yuki can do today as well, because he's had back-to-back podiums. Can he make it a three-peat? That would be something of
And track is now clear.
a shock, given how bad Mercedes has been for the previous 2 seasons.
We have a big gap in front of us. Charge up, let's go now.
I have no doubt in my mind that if we had either of the drivers from our previous 2 seasons, so Hajar and Behrman or Piastri and Schumacher, we'd be winning this Grand Prix, given where the car sits right now in terms of performance. The difference in braking and cornering stats between our current drivers and our previous drivers is alarming. Alright, we've pulled the switcheroo. Now we're doing some formation flying with George. Five seconds out quicker on sprints. Oh, I take it you've had a wet start.
Position is good. Charge up, let's go now.
Traffic, traffic, traffic.
So Donna gained half a second over Embry. Can Embry close that back? She should theoretically go even quicker than Donna, given that her confidence is higher on this lap. still waiting for the big names to leave the garage. And this is looking to be a very good lap for Embry here. This is going to go top. Question is by how much? Oh, very tight margins.
You need to stay negative in your in lap, please. Charge on in box. Charge on box, box.
All right. Hopefully that's enough. And we can sit in the garage now for the rest of the session.
And we box this lap, cool the car.
There we go. Max has finally left the garage. Leclerc still hasn't. In fact, there's still half a grid yet to set the time. Tsunoda's on his second attempt. Just coming out for that now. His first one was a disaster, over 2 seconds off. I don't know if he just hit traffic or if he made a mistake. You can see the flag pop up. Isaac pops up into fifth. He has been quick this season. He's been outpacing Ollie. As Leclerc finally exits the garage. And now Norris leaves as well. Behrman's on a flying lap. I'm assuming Maloney is as well. Oscar is half a lap behind Max, so we're almost down to everyone setting a time, and Max is slow. Not a good time from Max. What does Oscar do? He has looked quick this season in the Ferrari. And he goes third. Schumacher in fourth. He's finally banging in times again. Only just through. Still time to set another time, but yeah, not a good lap for Ollie. See what Leclerc does on his flying lap. And he goes fastest. So Leclerc is definitely the man with the pace at the moment when it comes to Red Bull. Max, who is in the drop zone. He's in 18th right now. Wow, where did Tsunoda end up? He ended up in 12th. Zhou. No, Tsunoda. In 12th. He definitely needs another lap. He could get knocked out. This could be a bit of a shock, this qualifying session. Norris popping out behind Leclerc, going to try and get a slipstream off that second Red Bull, and it's Hajar who's gone top. I was saying just a few minutes ago, he's been very quick this season. Yeah, he's pumped it in right at the top of the timings there. Congratulations to Oscar for getting his first point. So that's 8th and 20th then for the sprint, before penalties. It's going to be a tough race for Norris. So a pressure lap then for Max Verstappen. Pourchaire on an in-lap. Pourchaire is out. Magnussen is out. Behrman is through in 5th place. Checkered flag is out. Maloney is out. Giovinazzi is out. Can Max get out of the drop zone? He can. Gets us up to 9th place. He's still half a second off. What about Albon? Albon now at risk.
That's before confirmed.
Albon's on an in-lap.
Okay.
He's boxing, so Albon is out. So we're saying goodbye to both Williams, both Haas and Giovinazzi in the second Alpine. But Isaac looking very, very quick. Right, we're going to do another 2-lap run on these tyres. Just setting a baseline time.
Okay, good work on brakes on tires, please.
You can bring the tyre in.
Max and Ollie are joining us on track nice and early. They're on tyres that have done one run. Or rather one flying lap. We're on tyres that have done 2. A couple more cars coming out as well. Sainz and Stroll. And now I don't want any more traffic until we cross the line.
so we are good for traffic. Charge your place corner.
And there'll be no one ahead.
Right, here we go. First flying lap. I'd be amazed if we stay top once Behrman crosses the line, unless he has a shocking first lap. Even Max should go quicker than us here. Or at least should go quicker than Donna. Embry might actually stay top because she's got that slipstream. And there we go. Donna is slower by 0.4 of a second. And Behrman has gone quickest. But only just. I'm not going to be able to pull the old switcheroo, unfortunately. So we'll just give Embry another slipstream lap.
Big gap, big gap. Charge your place corner.
Shouldn't be anyone in front that will back you up.
Replace penalties don't really mean that much when you start in last. Slight lift. Don's improving now. Russell pops up into second. How much is Donna going to improve by? The tiniest of tiny margins.
Okay, that's a good lap.
We're talking thousandths of a second there. Let's see, a 112.382, a 112.486. Yeah, 436. So she improved by... Let's see, can my brain work this out? 46 thousandths of a second. No. 54 thousandths of a second. Yeah. Tiny, tiny margin. Just didn't have enough battery, I'm guessing, at the end of the second flying lap. She's into peak confidence though. Embry isn't, surprisingly enough. And now we're going to go one lap, new tyres, and we're going to wait and try and get a slipstream from the back of a quick car. So that both drivers can get the tow. Donna is definitely going to get knocked out if we can't find a good improvement for her. Embry's not safe either. Okay, that's Leclerc coming back into the pits, hoping that Piastri's going to pop out any second. We do kind of need to get moving. Yeah, McLarens aren't quick enough. Let that one go through. Tow behind our former team. Are we not close enough? I don't know. And there's there's Leclerc. We could have waited, but I didn't want to wait too long because there's a lot of traffic coming through about to start their flying laps, and I didn't want to constantly get pulled over for them.
And we work on front tires.
Neither driver is safe right now.
And we have margin to push a little bit more on the tires. Let's lift off, please.
Can use overtake.
So, an important lap. Can we do enough? Well, Embry's caught right up to the back of Behrman there, so she's on to get a nice boost. Hopefully Donna's close enough to get a slipstream here as well. I think we are. No purple sectors, but they are both improving. Embry goes up to 5th, Donna goes 6th. We are safe.
Charge on now.
So it's just Joe left. Just starting his flying lap now. Ocon, Norris, Tsunoda and Stroll are out. Can Joe do enough to get through? Max is the car at risk. Joe is not up in the first. Come on, Joe. Knock out Max, please. Norris gets out of the way. Joe has not done enough. Not unless he gets a mighty final sector here. And even then, I don't think it's going to be enough. No improvement for Joe. Knackers. Chance to knock out Max didn't come to fruition there. But we are going to say goodbye to both McLarens, both Mercedes, and Lance Stroll. So we're in the top 10 with both cars. We have got a 3-place penalty with Embry, so we've got to be wary of that. I'm going to do just the one flying lap on extremely melted tyres.
Okay, so that's a green light.
And then I don't know whether I'm going to do one flying lap on brand new tyres or the tyres we used at the end of the Q2. Might not need the softs at all with the rain. Just don't know. Don't know whether I want to save that extra set of softs on the off chance that we'll need them. But given how quick they wear out on this track, I think keeping the mediums for having the 2 sets of mediums is going to be more important than having 2 sets of softs. So I think we'll probably end up burning a set of softs, a new one. Introduce. Just dreading that weather. That weather is potentially going to absolutely destroy our race. This is one of the reasons why I'm so excited for the affiliate driver program, because you know, these women just aren't good enough, unfortunately. Their key stats are just way down on everybody else on the grid. Even the youngest drivers like Maloney, Behrman, Hajar, Pourchaire, you know, they're just not there in terms of where they need to be. But the affiliate program will allow us to dictate how they develop, and we can even call them up for FP1 sessions to give them a boost as well. So if we decide we want to go down this route again in the new game, we can spend a good couple of seasons prepping some young female talent in the lower categories before we think about sticking them up into a test driver role or even a front runner seat. And then we won't have this situation where we've got an amazing car and awful drivers.
So it's currently P2.
So a long way off
Okay,
the
it's okay,
pace,
it's okay.
as expected.
We're coming in.
Piastri getting a pretty good time in there. Got a little bit of a toe off the back of Embry there. Let's get back to the garage. And I'm going to do something a little different. For our 2-lap run. I am going to go with a brand new set of tyres. I'm going to go 2 laps, but we're not going to go for a cool down lap. We're just not going to push on the first of the 2 laps. And hopefully we'll get an improvement on that first lap and then be able to improve even more when we go full out on the second flying lap. I'm going to try something a little different. I've only done this once or twice before. Does mean we are going to have to go manual control right from the very beginning. And I think I forgot to change Embry's tyres. Let's have a look. Yes, I did. So I've got 3 cars on outlaps right now. And who's getting the tow? Max. Max is getting the tow off the back of Leclerc, which is going to put Red Bull first and second. Or has the potential to put them first and second. We're going to let them go a little bit more before we send our drivers out. Okay, now we're going to go. Got them the wrong way round. I want to give Embry the slipstream and push her as high up the grid as possible because she has got that 3-place penalty. And they're not going to play ball here. By the look of it.
So focus on braking, on tires. You can consider a little bit of anti-deploy where you can. Charge on.
And overtake is available.
So the plan here
Charge off.
is to do a kind of flying lap.
And recharge on now is okay, please.
Just gradually bring these tyres in. Burn off some fuel. And we'll go hell for leather on the next lap. That's the plan. Don't know if it's going to work or not.
If you can, push.
Okay, you can pick up the pace.
Time to push on these tyres. overtake is available.
Let's go for a push.
Right, Behrman's on a flying lap, so we've got no traffic to deal with. Us against the clock. Hannah goes purple in the middle. That's a good sign. Embry goes to pole position. Donna isn't too far off either. That's it for us. Question now is, can we stay up there? We're not going to start there. We're going to start third and fourth if nothing changes, because Embry has that 3-place penalty. But
John.
can we hang on? Max. There's George. George is going to be the first one to set the time. Jar starting his flying lap. We've got a yellow flag. Who spun? Oscar spun.
So we're heading now into turn 5. Oh no, that's not how to do it.
That's not good. I mean, this is out lap, so it's not horrendous, but it'll damage his tyres, and more importantly, it'll damage his confidence. So Piastri might not do a staggering time. Leclerc's down in 9th. Did not see that coming. They see the tightest of margins ahead of Max at the moment, who is on target to start on pole position. He is the next car on track behind George. Piastri is starting his flying lap now. Leclerc is as well. Where is George going to end up? He stays 5th. Max does not improve. Schumacher goes top. Hajar has jumped up. What about Sainz? The tight margins in this. Sainz goes above Donna. Going to start 5th and 6th as they currently stand. What about Charles Leclerc? What about Oscar Piastri? They're the last two to set a time. Oscar had that spin on his warm-up, which will hurt his tyres a little bit, but will also hurt his confidence more. Can he recover? He goes 6 above Donna. Just. What about Charles? Bangs it in on pole position.
P3.
At the last. With a very, very good time there. So, Donna will start in 8th. Embry will start in 6th. 6th and 8th. That's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. We sacrificed Donna's chances a little bit because we wanted to make sure that Embry was still up there after her penalty. And now we just have to see what happens with the weather.
It's race day with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
Barcelona is a circuit with plenty of history under its belt. It was here, after all, that multiple world champion Max Verstappen secured his very first F1 victory back in 2016.
And as we approach this race, Karun, what do you think the mood is like at Aston Martin?
Well, there's definitely a sense of pressure to deliver, but the team is rising to it and delivering when it matters. That's no easy feat in F1.
Well, Formula One is back in Barcelona, and the teams have got their work cut out for them.
Confirmation of the penalty there. Moderate rain. First half of the race is going to be dry. So, that looks like we could have done with having 2 sets of softs. And then it should be inters for the rest of the way. Alright, let's look at starting on the scrubs. Boxing early. Question is, how wet is wet? What about a set of mediums? Will I make those last? I look after them, which I generally tend to do here. Yes, I can. But will we have the pace? Only one way to find out. Maybe it's better to go on the hards. Given our driver's tyre wear issues, yeah, I think maybe go on the hards. Just in case that rain that starts isn't wet enough. It might not need to go on to inters until around about lap 45, 46. Not quite sure. Let's go for the hard tyres then. That's something I don't normally do. Last time, fun fact, last time I started on hard tyres at this track was also with Aston Martin, and we got wiped out in turn 1. So, yeah. Is that going to happen again? I hope not. I really hope not. We are going to go with just 1 extra lap of fuel. Go hard off the line, and then we're immediately going to dial the tyre wear back once we've stabilised after the first few corners. Let's see what we can do from 6th and 8th, and hope that weather doesn't absolutely destroy us.
The stage is set here in Barcelona as we get ready for 66 laps of the Spanish Grand Prix. The focus for many in this race will be on the Aston Martin driver.
An encouraging grid position as they sit in P8. Lots to build on during the race if they manage it well.
And it looks like we're good to go. This is it. It's the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
I'm seeing a lot of mediums in front of us. Russell's on softs. Ooh, so Russell will be out of the way soon. We survived turn 1, but Donna is dropping like a stone. Embry's lost a couple of places as well. The lack of grip definitely hurting us in these opening corners. Donna gets the place back.
Drop the pace now, please.
Now we're going to be at risk again now that I've turned off the battery and dropped the tyre wear down a bit. See Ocon suddenly all over the back of Embry. She's almost already out of range of George. I'll keep a little bit of battery in reserve if I can. Now we'll start to push the battery. As we fight off Esteban. Now set about going after the two Ferraris.
DRS is enabled. Bit of an update for you. We're currently in P8.
Piastri's been wiped out. Who took him out this time?
Stay close.
Yuki, yep. Yuki doing Yuki things. He is a menace at times in this game. It's the high aggression.
Cool the car, please.
So Behrman on the hard tyres as well. Couldn't quite get the move done. We're almost back in range here. I think we might just have snuck it. It's going to be tight. It's going to be very tight. We did. We did just sneak it.
And recharge on.
Behrman is vulnerable. Okay, thanks very much, and try and see you later on Behrman. Be a nice confidence boost if we get it. We haven't yet. Personal best in the first sector. There we go. There's the overtake done.
Charge on.
And we're going to get dropped again.
If you can, push. We want to manage our tyre budget.
So how are our tyres stacking up after 4 laps? About the same as Behrman's. Long way to go until the rain hits. We are going to get overtaken by Ocon here. Can't do anything about that, but might help us close back up to the Ferraris. Running behind another medium car.
Back to the rhythm.
I'm going to tell Donna not to fight for now. Oh, and that is a mistake for Ocon, just locking up under pressure.
Now we can see what happened. Now we're watching Esteban Ocon. Nothing wrong so far. And there's the lockup. They took a gamble and it was just too late.
So now we're going to turn harvest mode on,
Charge on. Charge
turn
on
down
for
the
now.
tyre wear. I'm going to try and control our position a little bit better.
Drop down the plates now.
No need to push the tyres.
I'm going to turn that off as well. Donna's going to make the move through.
Charge on.
Can Embry hold position against Behrman? No. Donna into peak confidence. What's that done to Embry? Or not not been kind to her. She is running the slower spec of car, and she has the worst adaptability rating, so not expecting great things from her in this race. Don't necessarily mind Behrman getting through because it will give me a chance to recharge the batteries and keep saving the tyres, just in case we have to stretch this stint a little bit.
Charge on. Okay, charge on. Charge on.
Recharge on.
Wet weather is going to make or break us in this race. And the more I look at that graph, the more I think it might not be that severe at the start, that rain. which is bad. Because if it's close to the inter point, but not quite, you know, if it's really, really low, like just above 0, that's okay. If it's like half a mil, wow, it's going to be a disaster for us if it stays like that for a good 10-15 laps before we have to put inters on, because our pace is going to be non-existent. Losing ground a little bit. Let's push Donna's battery.
Overtake available. Charge on and box now.
Oh, yellow flag. That's a Ferrari.
We have a yellow.
Let's have a look at that.
Big lock-up for
Now
Oscar.
this was at turn 1. And there goes the steering. And they ended up their own passenger.
And that's lost him multiple positions, and he's now 5.5 seconds behind. Oh no, he didn't lose positions, did he? He was behind Russell, but it's lost him about 5 seconds.
And you can pick up the pace.
Oh, knackers. Joe just snuck through when I wasn't looking.
Recharge on is okay, please.
And now he gets through on Donna, and I couldn't fight that because I've got no battery left to fight. Still in very high confidence though. That will help. At the very least, we will get the DRS off the back. Cars in front have kind of closed the gap a bit because Piastri's dropped off, and he's lost another second. Yeah, he's done some serious damage to those tyres, down to 52%. And then mediums. Evening refill. We're getting a little boost to her confidence with her personal best in the first sector. That gets her back into high confidence. Just. Yeah, and Piastri's pace is slowing everybody down now. So let's try and capitalise on this opportunity to recharge our batteries. Oh no, god damn it, Norris has had a lunge.
So recharge on.
Norris on softs, no wonder. It's another loss of confidence for Embry. Down to medium. It just dive bombs up the inside of Donna.
Let the tyres come back to you.
And there's nowhere to go at the moment. Oscar is holding everybody up. I'm going to lose another position.
And overtake is available.
Oh, damn it, Embry.
Let's see what happened there. Let's watch these cars as they head into turn 10.
Not too far from the back of the field. But that has hurt her tyres, so we're going to have to change her strategy, I think. This has been a disaster. Utter disaster. Dropped so many places, and now we're all the way at the back. Someone else has made a mistake. And that's a Williams. Alex Albon locking up at turn 1 now. One less car for Donna to have to fight back through. Not Donna, sorry, Embry.
Need to drop the pace.
Luckily we had a fair amount of battery in Embry's car. So we should hopefully be able to close back up pretty quickly. Behrman's got through against Oscar, so that should push the pace at the front a little bit more now.
You're good to push.
Actually losing time again now.
Keep the pace up on these compounds.
There's it. No more battery.
Recharge on.
Luckily her confidence didn't take a big hit. I'm actually quite surprised by that.
Charge on. Just keep looking after your tires.
So let's look at changing things up. We look to stop in about 5 laps. Ish. That is definitely quicker. Got to do something with Embry.
Stay close.
We'll try and keep Donna on the one stop.
Okay, charge on.
tyres aren't holding up as much as I thought they would against the mediums.
Okay, we need some deploy. Okay, focus on recharge.
Embry's not really making any inroads because we're now lapping at Behrman's pace, there or thereabouts. He's broken away. Norris has broken away with him.
You can push in tires. We're good on tires.
There you see we're absolutely hammering these tyres with Embry, and she's lapping pretty much the same pace as Donna, who was crawling.
We have margin to push a bit more. Can press overtake where possible to discharge the battery a little bit. Charge on.
Keep trying to just slow the trailing cars down a little bit to try and give Embry a chance to get back on the train without getting dropped myself. Donna, it's proving tricky. I don't think it's doable. Oscar's just dropping like a stone.
A little bit more like that.
Should have gone softs. Should have just committed to a two-stop on softs, I think. Or at least gone soft medium. I hope I'll be able to defend a bit better than I have been able to. Keep the pace going and really protect the tyres, and just not had that opportunity. Russell is in. Tyres is he going onto? Switching softs for mediums. Oscar's in as well. Destroyed his mediums. Let's go for another set of mediums. I'd love to just go into harvest mode and top up behind Joe, but Giovinazzi is all over me at the moment. If I go harvest, he's immediately going to jump me. Can't do it here though.
Overtake is available.
Embry's almost back to starting level confidence, and an overtake on Porsche would be nice, but I think he's boxing this lap. I'd much rather get a little bit more battery into Embry's car. We have been dropped, but we should now get the DRS. And we do.
Charge on. Charge on.
Yeah, Porsche did pit, as I thought he would.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
He's gone for another set of softs. Interesting. Giovinazzi jumps us again. So,
Okay, charge on.
once again then, we'll tuck in behind. We'll try and get some charging done, save some battery. Still got a ways to go on these tyres if we are going to make this one-stop work, and less confident of that. I wonder if I should just cut my losses. Schumacher in. Let's see, mediums. What's he going on to? Going to go one more lap with Embry, and then we're going to box her for softs. Got a McLaren coming in. It's Norris. I think he was coming in for softs. That is softs.
We will box this
Softs
lap.
for Norris as well. And Ocon pitting. And I guess he's going softs as well.
Charge off.
All that time paying attention to other people's pit stops, completely forgot about Donna. She's now been dropped by 2 seconds. Oh boy. I still don't know what's going on with the weather. Still that uncertainty. I think I have to. I think I have to box her. Let's just go hell for leather. Behrman and Sainz are both in. Behrman was on hards. He's boxing. Although he did push his tyres harder than we did. Soft tyres for Sainz. Oh, it's a disaster stop there. It's going mediums for Behrman. Sainz had a bad stop as well. We had a really good stop there, 2.39. Beautiful stuff.
Could be close to cars at exit.
There goes Porsche. We're going to come out potentially in range of the cars in front.
Just be careful with this tyre.
Let's see what we can do with Donna.
Overtake is available.
Save the fuel.
We will not need liftoff. Okay, and now a bit of liftoff, turn 13.
Sounds like another bad stop for somebody. Mick Schumacher sets a new fastest lap of 1:15. It was an issue for Hajar.
So Alfa Romeo's crew are out. Oh, they're really struggling with the rear left.
That's the same tyre that was causing problems for Behrman.
We want to manage our tyre budget. And we can have recharge on, please.
So by dint of the fact we haven't stopped yet, we have managed to promote Donna all the way up into 5th. Got enough grip to keep pushing her. Lap times are comparable to the Red Bulls. Science with the 1:15.0, new fastest lap. Embry comes out right behind Magnussen.
And recharge on.
Who is going to need to get his tyres up to temp. I'm going to try and use this opportunity to just cool ours down a bit and build the battery up a little bit. Not worried about fuel, because we will save that when the rain comes quite easily. Max is in. So is Joe. Max has gone soft. Guessing Joe's going to do the same. He is. Everyone's going to go soft now, so it looks as though that rain is going to potentially need inters then. Everyone's putting on soft tyres. Donna's still doing 16.9s. Definitely slower than those that have stopped, but quicker than Charles Leclerc still, although a long way behind him. Let's turn that off now.
Recharge on.
And there is Charles into the pits. Oh, I'm neutral, not top up. I wonder why the battery level hadn't gone up. Damn it. That's a very quick lap from Mick, a 1:14.6 as he flies past Donna. So that's why it was so quick. He got the DRS on the main straight. See if we can stay with him for a lap. Maloney's popped out just in front of us.
No need to push the tyres.
Okay, John.
And this is really good for us actually, with Mick being in front of us but us staying with him.
On a bit of lift off, you can, it should help you.
We just gained half a second on that lap as a result. Another fastest lap for Snowden now, 1:14.6.
Battery is high. Charge on.
And I think I can squeeze one more lap out of Donna here. Yes, I can.
Charge on. Battery is good.
Ah, damn it, we got dropped. Pace isn't there again.
Charge on. Charge on.
Still no information on the wet weather.
If you can, push.
Box, box.
I'm going to hedge my bets.
Box, 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 box. Need to drop the pace. Charge on now, please.
So where's Donna going to feed back out? Hopefully in front of that queue, in front of Behrman. But I doubt it.
Likely fighting people at the pit exit.
There they go.
Recharge on.
We'll have to do anti-deploy. Where you
Yellow flag. Someone's made a mistake right in front of us. Didn't see who it was. It's Maloney. Just saw the gravel being kicked
Now
up.
let's take a look at the replay. Now we're just proceeding through turn 4. And the car fails to respond.
And that's
They were
not going to
just
do those
unable
soft
to do
tyres
much about
any
it.
favours whatsoever.
charge on. Let's try to take opportunity.
And recharge on, recharge on. Can use overtake.
We're going to salvage anything from this race. We've got our work seriously cut out for us here.
Cool the car.
And there's Porsche in the pit, so he's making another stop.
Recharge on.
Cool the car. Charge on.
Let the tyres come back to you.
Another set of softs for Porsche. Is that another set of softs? Yeah, it is. That's his third set of tyres. Now I'm starting to wonder whether or not Embry's going to have to stop again. I think she might have to. But Donna will be fine. So maybe there's a chance for Donna to still get in the points. Of course, it all depends how much time we lose once that rain attacks the track.
And recharge off. So recharge on, please.
Yeah, we are slow. Desperately slow. And it's not the car's fault, it's the driver's fault. They just don't have the speed, unfortunately, to extract the best out of this car, which is quickest in straight line speed, quickest in DRS, quickest in low and medium speed cornering. Not amazing, but pretty good in high speed cornering. Best in dirty air performance. Worst in terms of the drivers piloting it.
Charge on now. Okay to pick up the pace.
I don't think either driver's going to get the DRS. They're not. Joyous.
And recharge on is okay, please. And overtake is available.
You've got everything, press on hold available.
Ah, there we go. Damp in 12 minutes. With that in mind, let's go for it.
Let's try to get in. Keep cooling the car.
Evening, Baron.
And recharge on.
There we go. Boxed in, Magnussen will get them both hit.
No more lift-off required.
So recharge on.
Now, is it going to stay damp? That is the question. If it doesn't, we're in trouble because we'll be in that adaptability window where our drivers are so poor.
Charge on.
Right, Donna's broken away from Behrman.
Keep an eye on the battery.
Yellow flag. A lot of mistakes being made. This time it's Behrman running a little wide.
Now this was the Alfa Romeo. And nearly.
Oh yeah, a little
just
wide on the
running
exit there.
wide.
Didn't seem to hamper him speed-wise though. Donner is off and away. Find out a little bit more information on the weather in a couple of minutes. Very good lap though from Donner there, 1:14.4. What is the quickest lap? 1:14.2, so we're only 2/10 away from the fastest lap, and we didn't have full battery deployment on that lap.
And recharge on now is okay, please. Time to push on these tyres.
Yeah, definitely closing in on the Sonoda train. Lapping a second quicker.
Just be careful with this tyre. Overtake is available.
Got to make this tyre last if I'm going to get Embry any kind of decent result tonight.
Recharge on.
That's what I was not wanting to see. It is going to flip back to dry again. But that doesn't mean it's going to be bone dry. That simply means it's going to be less than 1 mil. DRS will be active. It could be 0.99. That would still count as dry. Now I need to see that it's going to get wet again straight after that. Now it's showing dry all the way through. That still might be into weather. There's too many unknowns. And I've been shredding these tyres on the basis that it was going to be dry, going to be damp, and now I'm kind of stuck in limbo. I've got to keep pushing to close the gap so I can sit behind someone and cool them down again.
And we can have recharge on, please.
Almost on the back
We
of
want to
Norris.
manage our tyre budget.
We have a little bit more rain coming.
And there we go. We're looking at 12 minutes till it's properly into weather again. According to that. Donna can survive. I don't know if Embry can.
Drop the pace now, please. You can use overtake. Just manage your tires, please.
Sainz's pace has fallen off a cliff. You can see his tyres are dying. And it doesn't want to box just yet because it's too early with the rain about to hit.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Reminder, a little bit of lift off where you can. Okay, keep cooling the car now. Stop the lift off turn 1, please.
Thought I might be able to slide up the inside a pair of them there. Got past Norris.
We need
Got
to
a
push.
yellow flag. That is Schumacher.
Here's the replay. Right, let's follow the action now at turn 7. And the car just locks. Now, they did leave it.
There he is. There is Mick.
Okay, you can pick up the pace. On click overtake this. Let's lift off,
Here
please.
comes the rain. Now it is saying damp in a minute. Donna up to P9.
Can push.
Oh, we're going to puncture. Sainz has a puncture. His race is toast. It happened on the start-finish straight. He's going to do an entire lap like this. And now is the time to box. Sainz was one lap away from being able to get off those tyres. Max has stayed out, but Leclerc, Russell, Hadjar are in. Everyone else is going to follow suit, surely. Tsunoda, Giovinazzi, Piastri have all stayed out. Right, we need good stops. They need to be now. 2.6, that will do. So we did just get in front of Kevin. That's good. Yeah, an extra boost of confidence for Embry. 2.7 seconds.
Drop down the plates now. Charge on.
So 11th and 13th.
Press, overtake.
Now Max is in. This is definitely into territory. But this is where we are potentially going to struggle for a bit. Because the conditions are going to fluctuate. And we're in that nasty adaptability window, which absolutely is going to kill our drivers. No DRS, so any overtakes are going to have to be done on track. You can see Magnussen all over the back of us here. The only thing that's kept him behind us is the battery, and that's going to run out before the end of the next lap. And there we go, just sitting duck, unfortunately, in these poor conditions. Oh, and there's contact. God damn it.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Now we've an incident here. Kevin Magnussen, it looks like. Now we should be able to take a look here.
That's Embry's race
If we
over.
watch Magnussen,
Her confidence is in the
cutting
toilet
so
now.
close.
Magnussen just turning in on us.
That's obviously far from intentional, but there was contact.
Watch
I
that be
imagine their
either a
confidence
penalty
will
for
have
us,
taken a
though,
knock.
or a racing incident. If he gets a penalty, I'll be amazed. Come on, get going, get going.
Here we've got the Aston Martin.
There we go, finally. What's the damage? No aero damage. That's something. Tyres took a little bit of a knock. Lost about 4 or 5%. But that's the damage. Confidence of 0 in these conditions for Embry is a death sentence. Oh my god! Magnussen actually got the penalty. I am shocked. Shocked, I tell you. That another car got penalised in a contact with us. I think that's a first for a very long time. Now the DRS is open up. Albon's just going to go straight past us. Let's see the difference in lap time between Giovinazzi and Donner after Giovinazzi does his first full lap on inters. And then you see how much time we just lost with the track going into all, not quite dry, not quite wet conditions. Oh, and there's a lock. Oh my God. Nightmare. Oh, that hard work we did with Donna has just been undone. Magnussen's going to be up next. If he plows into the Donna as well, that would just be the icing on the cake, really. There we go. Albon is through. Took a little longer than I thought it would, but he is through. Now our tyres are knackered.
Recharge on. No need to push the tyres.
Oh, man. Still, should theoretically be plain sailing from this point on in terms of the weather. Starting to creep back up again. These tyres should be good for the end. As long as we don't thrash them. Yeah, 19.6. Everyone else is going a second faster than us in front of us. That's because of the adaptability rating.
Can use overtake.
Can we get this overtake in before we lose the DRS? It's going to be tight. I think the answer is probably going to be no. Nope, there we go. It just switched off.
And recharge on.
And we have margin to push a little bit more on the tires.
As the track got a little bit wetter, we actually gained about half a second with Donna on that lap. Didn't change anything on a tyre setting until we crossed the line, so it just shows you how much time a poor adaptability can cost you. The only reason Embry's been able to keep pace with Albon is because she's been tucked up in getting that slipstream. Otherwise, she'd have been even slower than Donna. Speaking of, what's her confidence dropped to? Starting level. She's in driving clean air as well. Let's turn that off. It shouldn't be affecting her anyway, but with other cars starting to catch us. There we go. Back in the 118s. At the rate mistakes have been happening in this race, it's still not impossible that we'll get a point, but it's not looking good. Because Stroll and Ocon are barreling down on us. Magnussen's not too far behind, and then right behind him is Schumacher. This is going to be a tricky race. Time to start thinking a little more defensively and hope that something happens in front of us to promote us up. And if that's going to pay off for us, we need to keep the cars behind us. Embry is now dropping away from Albon. Her race is done. Track's dried up again. Oh, Jesus. Now we're going to be vulnerable to a DRS overtake from Stroll. Well, not even a DRS. He's just going to swoop through, look. We did a 1:18.4. You watch how slow we are this lap in comparison. Not changing any settings. Good job, Donna. You got the overtake right before the DRS line. Oh, what a successful overtake that was. It lasted a corner. I don't know, maybe we'll get a slipstream. Maybe we'll go a little bit quicker. But I doubt it. Yeah. Immediately losing time again. Theoretically, this lap should be a little bit better for us. Tucked up in Stroll's slipstream with the DRS.
Charge on, charge on.
Let's use the opportunity to keep the tyre temps under control. Save a little bit of battery. Might still get the overtake on the main straight.
Tyres come back to you.
Yeah, we did actually slightly improve on that one. Well, I say slightly, 0.8 quicker.
Just keep looking after your tires. really sorry, we need a bit of lift off where you can. Battery is high.
Oh, yellow flag.
Charge on.
Who is that for? Magnussen.
That's
A little trip
no, that's not
through the
quite
gravel.
what they would have wanted.
That
Charge
will
on.
unleash Schumacher. Ah, and again. The DRS switches off just as we're about to cross the line to get the DRS.
Let's go for a push. You're good to push.
Time to push on these tyres. And overtake is available.
It's still adaptability window. We did a 1:18.9 last lap. Now we're pushing. Tyres are back up. Using the fuel, using the battery. Can we actually go a slightly quicker on this lap? Or ironically, going to be even slower. We are quicker. There we go. Once the field is really spread out. Yeah, there's been so many mistakes and strange tyre strategies as well. Ours included. Didn't do us any favours. Embry went from a 19.7, 19.6 to an 18.0. She found some time. Donna is now in a comfortable window now that the track is definitely in the damp window, so
Charge on.
in a position to maybe try and get an overtake now.
Bit of lift off.
If I can stay with Stroll through this corner. No battery.
Battery is on the low side. We will not need lift off.
Not quite close enough to have a lunge. 17.8. Yeah, we're now into the point of the race where we've actually got a little bit of pace again. Trouble is,
Recharge on.
we are not in a position to do anything about it. Donna's kind of in a position. Embry is nowhere near an opportunity for points. The best thing now would be a safety car. Throw on a set of brand new Inters and just go hell for leather with them. Is it going to stay into territory though? I think it's going to push up enough to go full wets.
Charge on.
5 seconds off the points. It's not impossible that we could sneak a point with Donna.
Charles John. You're good to push. We're happy to stay where we are.
It's going to be an interesting final 10 laps. Stroll is slowly chipping away at Norris. Very slowly. Embry's not even catching Albon. It's falling further and further behind.
Charles John. Need to drop the pace. Lift off for the fuel.
And we are quicker than Stroll at the moment by the look of it.
Oh, we can cancel lift off. We can still do it. Cool with the car.
I think we need to get past. I think we're being held up here.
Okay, we need some deploy.
There we go. Nicely done. Nicely done, Bono.
You can consider a little bit of anti-deploy where you can.
Hello? Have melted the tyres a little
Drop
bit.
the pace.
Sack that temperature out. Let's keep an eye on that gap. 4.9 seconds. Might go up a little bit while we're cooling the tyres down. Embry's about to get lapped. Yeah, confidence still hasn't recovered. I'm just going to retire Embry. Let's put on a fresh set of tyres first. See if we can get a really good pit stop out of her.
And we're boxed this lap.
And we'll save some wear and tear on the car. And we are closing that gap back down to Norris again.
You can push on tires. We're good on tires.
Not many laps to go. Stroll having a slow lap. Does that mean he's charging his battery? .6.
You can keep the pace up on these compounds.
Gonna box this lap.
Giving up a lot of potential grip to Norris, but if we've got the pace to get on him, hopefully that won't matter. We are not in possession of a lot of remaining laps. 6 laps, including this one. We just have to go temperature be damned. Try and get in striking distance. See if we can steal a point at the end.
Let's go for it.
Ocon's got through.
You can press overtake where possible to discharge the battery a little bit.
He's
5 more laps.
pushing hard. Five laps, 4 seconds the gap. We're not closing quickly enough. We need to do some serious damage on this lap. That gap.
Charge on. And keep up a bit of lift off for fuel, please. Okay, keep an eye on your battery. Four more laps.
1.2 seconds taken. And no battery left. I think we're going to just fall short.
No more lift off required.
Come on, Donna. Claire is going to win this race, by the look of it. Rebels are a long way clear of Russell in third. Tsunoda's got himself up to 5th. He's not far off the podium in terms of position. 9 seconds off the podium. So he's not going to get that. But good recovery drive from him. 2 tenths. We haven't got enough tyres left. I think we're just going to have to settle for 11th and hope something happens. Just ran out of tyres. It's frustrating. Because if we'd played the first part of the race right, starting on the right tyres, if I'd gone softs to mediums instead of hards, thrashing the hards and then going to a set of mediums, and then thrashing those at the end, we'd be in the points now. Wouldn't necessarily be stellar points, but we would probably be 9th, maybe even 8th. Hindsight's always 20/20.
Drop the pace now, please.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons why the field is spread out, hey, there's been a lot of mistakes made in this race. A lot of people locking up, going wide. Max is obviously going to get that penalty as well, which will get served at the end, but that'll drop him behind Porsche and that's it. No real consequence for that. But also, we've got a lot of young drivers on the grid now. You know, Hajar, Piastri, Behrman, obviously our 2 drivers, Porsche. You could also look at Maloney. You could look at potentially including a couple of former reserve drivers in there as well, like Schumacher and Giovinazzi, drivers who aren't going to have necessarily amazing wet weather performance. Oh, yellow flag. Is someone got a puncture? Nope.
We have a yellow.
That's Maloney. Damn it. That's in front of me. Behind me. I wanted something in front of me. So when you've got like the original drivers who have got a very strong adaptability window, and then you've got conditions like this, and then you've got, you know, a lot of drivers with really average to poor adaptability ratings, that's going to cause some chaos in lap times. And let's not forget as well, Piastri had that big lockup, and that destroyed his tyres and slowed down everybody behind him for multiple laps before they started to get past him, and he eventually boxed. And that opened up a big gap between the very front of the pack and everybody else as well. But yeah, it is unusual to see such a huge spread. We've actually had cars lapped tonight. We don't normally see this kind of big spread. This is more reminiscent of season 1 or season 2, when you have those big gulfs in performance between the cars. Definitely something of an anomaly for the last few seasons. We will have to settle in the end for 11th. We just didn't have the tyres left to go after Norris in the end. Disappointing. But in the right conditions, it showed we had some pace. Problem is, we didn't have the right tyres on at the start to really utilise the potential of the car a little bit better, which meant we fell down the order, and that killed us once the rain hit.
Well, well, well. That seemed pretty horrendous for the Aston Martin driver.
That'll be quite a blow, having to cut their race short, but they'll be doing everything they can to come back stronger.
Out and onto the podium steps Charles Leclerc, the driver from Monaco, really deserving of that top 3 spot.
Another win for
That
Charles.
sees them double their win tally for this season. They'll be delighted with that.
And by the looks of things here in Barcelona, the party's only just beginning. So, Karun, with the garages full of activity, what's the mood like down at Aston Martin now?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
Consistency is
And
key.
with that, our time in Barcelona is done.
For the next round, the teams are travelling to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal.
So then, confirmation of the final result. It is win number 2 for Charles Leclerc, Max in second. Russell up 6 places to take the final spot on the podium. Isaac gets the fastest lap and 4th place for 13 points. Yuki up 9 places to get 5th. His good run of form continues. Oscar, decent recovery considering he had that big lockup which hurted him earlier in the race. 6th place for him. Giovinazzi up 10 places. Look at that, 7th on the grid. Then it's Zhou, Behrman and Norris. Looking at the bottom half of the standings, Donner down into 11th. Then it's Ocon, Schumacher down 11 places. Bit of a disaster for him. Then Stroll, Maloney, Pourchaire, Magnussen, Albon and Sainz. And we retired Embry just to save the last few laps on the car. In the driver's standings, Max still leads his teammate, but the gap has come down by 8 points. I'm trying to think why it was 8 points. It's Charles got the pole position, so he got the bonus point for that. So that gap is now just 12 points between the 2 Red Bulls. A little bit of a gap then to Lando Norris, 39 points behind in 3rd. Oscar and Isaac both move up in the standings. Oscar into 4th on 70 points. Isaac into 5th, jumping 2 places, and is 8 points behind Oscar. Ocon and Pourchaire both dropping. And then it's Sonoda in 8th, now just 3 points behind Pourchaire. Good points for George. He moves up to 9th above Lance Stroll. Bottom half of the table looks like this. It's Ollie Behrman on 12th place with 25 points. Then Mick Schumacher. Giovinazzi climbs 3 places onto 12 points, moving past Donner, Magnussen and Sainz. Then it's Albon, Embry, Maloney and Carmen at the end of the standings. Maloney, the only current driver yet to score. In the constructor standings, 44 points for Red Bull and just 1 point for McLaren sees them open up a massive gulf now, 112 points. Red Bull have already pretty much got this championship won by the look of it. Ferrari in 3rd on 117. Big points for them today, 23 points. They will certainly be hunting down McLaren, and on their current form, got every chance of overhauling them. Alfa Romeo, decent points for them on 87. They outscore Mercedes by 1 and increase the lead by a point to 2 points. Very tight in the fight for 4th place at the moment. Then it's Haas on 60 points in 6th. Again, no points for them tonight. AlphaTauri in 7th, missing out on the opportunity for points. Alpine score more points in 8th. Williams are 9th on 14 points. We are bottom on 13. How did we do in the pit stops? Not bad. We got 1 car in there. That 2.39 second stop gave us another 4 points. It is a 1-2 for Red Bull, 3-4 for AlphaTauri. And then Ferrari 5th and 7th, splitting Zhou Guanyu there. We are 8th, Alpine 9th, and Mercedes do get an extra point in 10th with Yuki. Standings now look like this. Red Bull are top again, above AlphaTauri by 11 points. And it's Ferrari moving above McLaren, 6 points ahead of them. No points for McLaren today. We are still in 5th place. Mercedes are closing the gap a little bit. We are 8 points clear at the moment. Then it's Alpine on 36 points in 7th. Williams in 8th. Alfa Romeo 9th. Haas still get to score a point. And there are our stops. A 2.6, a 2.6, the 2 stops for Donna, a 2.3, a 2.7, and a 2.6 for Embry. So that is definitely the anomaly, that stop. It was a helpful one. It got us some points, but 2.6 is definitely the average at the moment on those on those stops there. Let's see the report cards. I'm not looking forward to this. 10 and 9, and 9 and 12. Not too bad for Donna. Embry 3 and 3, 7 and 14 in defence. Not a good weekend. And we did get a little bit of extra experience for Anne as well to help her development. Sponsor-wise, we are going to lose lots more money again. So we got the finish position streak. Again, it's given us that for no good reason, but we'll take that money. Thank you very much. We didn't get the fastest lap, but we did get the qualifying position, which was 2 in the top 15, I think. Performance guarantees. This is where we lose a little bit of cash. We didn't get the finish position, but we did get both cars in Q3 and both cars in Q2. So we make about $1 million on our base rate tonight. Not bad. Not bad at all. Well, I appreciate the extra bit of free money that we shouldn't really be entitled to there. I really hope that gets fixed for the next game. If we're going to be doing our super hardcore series next season, or next game, where we start with the worst possible settings, the last thing I want is to start getting bonus imaginary payouts that we shouldn't be getting to help improve our chances. We want to do that the hard way. So let's keep our fingers crossed that that bug doesn't reappear next year. It might not do, because the way the sponsors are going to pay out might be a little bit different. So fingers crossed on that. We do get an improvement overall for Embry up to 82. And the suspension is now ready to go into manufacturing. So we are immediately going to try and get that out. We've got 11 days to go to Montreal. By rush, I can get 2 new car parts out. So we are going to do that. Let's see. New chassis coming up in 11 days as well. 1 each on the Mark III. Rear wing is just a day away from getting the last of the spare rear wings. We're still 3 days away from our spare side pod. Did we not have an under? Oh no, I didn't do an underfloor because we were doing spare front wings. So let's get a spare underfloor underway. Oh, it's failed. Well, just well, we have a spare, isn't it? Side pod research project is done. And we now have a spare suspension, which is good because we've still got to wait. But it's good to have a spare just in case something happens to one of the new ones that's going to come. Let's see. Front wing failed. Let's swap that out. Underfloor failed. We'll swap that out. A lot of parts at medium risk. Those new parts can't come soon enough. And rear wing failed. We can swap that out. Now we've only got 1 spare rear wing. And spare side pod. That's gone already. And we're still medium risk, so we're going to need another side pod. We've got one on the way, haven't we? Yes, good. Right. Let's check in our inbox. I'm going to come back to the research in a moment. Got a new month about to kick in. That'll be more money. Maybe we can finally look at getting our suspension simulator refurb done. We've checked in with car inspection, dealt with that. Luckily, we didn't break any parts this week. That's a nice surprise, nice change of pace. Got details on Laurent Mekies. He is going to be tied up with Ferrari for a while. Jonathan Wheatley, only 7 months left on his contract. Could we get Jonathan Wheatley next season? That would be a bit of a coup. Keep an eye on him. He's not all that fussed on us at the moment, but I mean, look at these numbers. They are phenomenal numbers. Right. Let's go into car part development. So, we are going to do a chassis. Engine cooling is absolutely fine. I'm not too worried about that. To give us a really nice, good bit of airflow. Oh, no, wait. We're going to wait, weren't we? We're going to wait to see what the new one was. That's why we haven't got one going. It's only a day away or 2 days away. So instead, let's get another research project going. Let's get an underfloor underway. We want to improve airflow sensitivity. We'll leave everything else as is. Let's slap on a full 6 engineers on that. Don't have a weather report yet. I'm hoping, I'm praying it's going to be dry for us to really use our car to its full potential in the next race. We have another race like Barcelona with the weather. It's going to really, really kill me. Let's see. What did the board think of our 11th place finish? They were happy. Okay. I was a little worried. I didn't think we'd get disappointed. I thought they might be just satisfied with 11th place, but they're actually happy. So that's good. That's not bad. The retirement didn't go against us in too much there. We just missed out on points. Yeah, okay. That's good. We'll take that. We'll take that all day long. Right. Spare rear wing. Which might be our only spare rear wing, actually, given that we've just had to replace one. No, we still have another spare. I forgot we made an extra one. I am going to need more front wings again. So, I'm just going to throw on one rear wing because we have got that new project coming. So we don't want to make a whole ton of spare parts that are completely unnecessary, but I know that another one is going to wear out and there is a very high likelihood that we will break one wing before we get the new ones on the car. If not through our own drivers, then certainly from the drivers around us, you know, just driving like lunatics. And there we go, we now have that new chassis. So let's get that fitted onto Donna's car. Go, we can now install that one onto Embry. That'll speed her up a bit. Still a big loss of performance, as you can see. Let's now look at designing a new chassis. Now that we've got values that we can actually see on the car. So very different story, as you can see. Look at this, the drag in the airflow already in the minimums. That's fine. Kind of expected that a little bit. However, didn't expect that. So once again, we've reached a point where we can't improve the car now without hours. Even if I were to strip weight off, you know, we either sacrifice some drag for a little bit of high-speed performance and sacrifice engine cooling. Okay, that really puts the problems into perspective. We're not really going to be doing much now in the way of development this season, by the look of it. Let's focus on side pods. I'm not overly concerned about losing a lot of drag. The airflow, though, I do want to boost. Not drag, sorry, air cooling performance. There's no way we're going to be able to cover that off, but I would like to try and cover off the losses if we can on the airflow, or at least partially cover them off as much as we can. There we go. Right. So, once the front wing is done, that should hopefully be a nice little step forward. And then we've just basically got to wait for hours to open up before we can do another part, with the possible exception of the suspension. Until the new one is built, I don't want to commit to designing a new suspension. Again, I want to see what the outcome is going to be. There's a spare side pod. Good. What do we need spare parts wise? We're working on chassis. Suspensions are in development. Underfloors being manufactured. Okay. Spare front wing, it will be a day away. Let's advance to the end of the month. There we go. Spare front wing is done. So, let's have a look. Monthly car reports. Looks pretty good. High speed has improved again now that we've got the better chassis on. Acceleration's still iffy a little bit. We've got a little bit too much weight in the car still, I think, in a couple of places. Looking at the board, we have overall confidence of medium, so we've definitely had a good couple of races this week. Got that low confidence all the way up to medium. We've had some delighted results and are happy today as well. Let's see if we can keep that going over the next couple of Grand Prix. Driver development updates. A point in braking, a point in control, which wasn't really needed, and a point in smoothness, which was needed. So a decent month for Donna. Embry has gained a point in cornering, which she desperately needed, a point in braking, which she definitely needed, a point in accuracy, which she didn't really need, but we'll take that. And then we've got 2 points in cornering and a point in reactions for Anne. Definitely areas where she needed some work, so that's good. Let's get our pit crew training done for the month of June. So, what's our fatigue level like? Pretty good. Excellent stuff. Let's go with a full day of car building, I think. Just to get that stat back up a little bit. Again, I've got space for a day of training, and this time I'm going to go with pit stop drills. But only in the morning. There we go. So, interesting month. We will gain a little bit in car building. We'll actually lose a fraction in our car pit stop times, but we will reduce the chances of mistakes a little bit more as well. Numbers are looking decent. Still room for improvements. Let's confirm those changes. Now we should have a weather report from Montreal. No! No. God damn it. Of course it's wet. Of course it's wet. But 6 million, which isn't enough to get the refurb done either. And now the factory is in need of a refurb. That is a 6.8 million refurb. CFD is 5.2. It's not going to gain us a huge amount. This is the important one. Big potential gains by getting that refurbed. It's just too expensive. Everything in here is okay, although the team hub is about to break. Let's check operations. Hospitality is going through. Weather center refurb is still a month away. Could have done with that today and for tomorrow's race as well. Helipad is okay for now, but that's going to need refurbing soon. Memorabilia room's fine, and tour center also going to need a refurb soon. All right, let's just hang on to the money then. There we go, spare underfloor is done. Let me take a quick look at what is likely to break next. A rear wing, a side pod, a suspension. Oh, we've got the new one now, haven't we? A chassis. Don't have the new one yet. Not for the second car. A front wing again. Underfloor again. Suspension, but again, got a replacement coming. I think we're okay on spares for now. There we go. Yeah, both cars running the most up-to-date spec. How good is that spec? Quick sneak peek. There we go. Acceleration is still hurting, but high speed has improved back to third. 30 air tolerance, still best on the grid, as is our low and medium speed performance, which definitely is going to be useful at the next track. Best DRS will be useful if it's dry at any point in the weekend, and the speed definitely useful, you know, even in the rain. We do have the lightest car as well, about half a kilometre over the grid average, down a little bit on the acceleration, up about 1% on the DRS. Decent little advantage in the low speed, not so much in the medium, and the high speed hardly any advantage, and about 1.3% or so on the dirty air. Very, very close to the brakes, just 0.001% below the average. Engine 3% above the average almost. Yeah, the car itself is good. It's just unfortunately being let down by the drivers right now. But they are getting time in the new fully spec'd sim. We've got them focused where we need to get them focused. You can see Don's cornering now up to 80, braking at 88. She's got the most pace out of the two because of these two stats here. Her reactions aren't amazing, but they're not bad. Her accuracy is good at 84%. Oh god, the control rating is effective. We've got another sponsor. Oh no! No, not another sponsor appearance. Embry, only 73 in cornering. That has to improve and quickly. Braking 84 is not ideal, but it's not horrendous. Reactions aren't too bad. Her accuracy is mighty at 96, but needs to be improved. Look at that, another 30 points lost on the control there. And smoothness, okay. I mean, it's the pace stats. It's the pace stats that's killing us at the moment. and with the poor adaptability and another wet race, another wet race to come. I'm not looking forward to. I was really looking forward to this circuit before today. No, I'm not anymore. It's going to be another tough one, I think. We're going to be hopefully a little bit smarter with tyre strategy for the race. But again, it all depends on what's going on with the weather. Kind of at the mercy of whatever it's going to do and whether our weather centre is going to be accurate as well, which is unlikely. Going to be a tough one. But at least the board is still content with us. They're still happy with us. So it's not all bad. That's it for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's race. If you have, please drop a like. It helps other people to find the series on YouTube. And then I will be back with more F1 Manager tomorrow at the usual time of 8 p.m. If you haven't done already, do make sure you check out the 12-minute AI interview on YouTube from Frontier Unlocked, talking about how the AI has been improved for the next game. And I will be back with more F1 Manager very soon.